sounds clear, or is it not clear? If it's too loud or if it's too low, if it's too screechingly unbearable or it's just right. I just want to know. Just want to know. Let me know. Just want to know. That's the wrong key. All right. Oh, I just changed. Oh wow, that's amazing. As J. Peterson say, amazing, amazing. All right, all right, all right. Okay, enough, 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 enough. All right. What's the deal tonight, journeyman? Before we start out anything, if you have looked at my previous video, my content, if you find any value in this content, how about you help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing. And please, please, please don't forget to give me a like sound. The like because it helps the algorithm pushes my stuff up so more people can see my content and I can know that I'm loved. Yes, yes, loved. But tonight, this is what we're talking about. Tonight is the heroes update of what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened. Oh, okay, this is what happened. What happened is our boys have lost. Well, they're not all our boys, but Colorado. Dion has lost. He lost the game. It is inevitable. Is going to happen. It's going to happen sometime or another. When you play the game of sports, it happens. Believe me, it does. I'm an athlete, so I know it happens. In matches on the court as well as on the field, it happens. But my title of what happened tonight is after the loss. What now? What now? That is the question. I'm gonna leave that for the comment section. I'm gonna make a little summary of what my thoughts are on the subject matter, and I'm waiting till some people just click in to get into my back room, and then we can start the discussion in more detail. Okay, in more detail. But this is what I think that happened. Right, they lost point blank. You couldn't say any better than Coach Prime. Coach Prime said that we you got a good old fashioned butt kicking, good old fashioned butt kick. That's what he said. A good old fashioned butt kicking. I mean, it happens. He said some of my people they missed their assignments, and we're prepared. And whenever you get on the field, you are prepared to win. But also, you have to be open to the fact that you may lose because it may be their day. But he also made this very, very resounding statement. He said, "You better get me now. You better get me now. Because if you don't get me now, get me now? Because this is just the first year. The first year. So he's talking about the portal. You got the big boys lined up, in the portal, and because he's gonna have a good season. It's gonna be a good season, and I just want to give people. You can put things in the comment section. I'll respond to the comment, and I want to take a little time to actually talk about just the process of the. I really appreciate the candor, how he responds to different allegations. I appreciate how he responds to the press. When he comes to the press, he's a matter of fact, and you can't say he's arrogant. He's really confident. He's okay. Now I put the links in. Now I did put the links in, so if you're in the comment section, we can get in on. You can get into the back room, and then we can chop it up a little bit, more detail, more intimate, even. I like to. Now we have different people have points of view, and that's good because what would our life be if it's only black and white? We have different shades, and it's good to have a colorful conversation. It's good to have different perspectives and different outlooks on different things. Now, some people may have different information pertaining to uh, some topics, and so they can offer. a different insight as well. So, but what I am giving the presentation. What I like to see when is what I appreciate is when I see Coach Dion, Coach Prime, uh, and he's presenting himself as a coach. And I know coach for the players. Now, I have never played for him. As I stated last week, he's never invited me to dinner. He never invited me to dinner. He's never asked me to come speak at his church. He's never going to ask me to speak for the team. But I just know what for what I've seen and what I do see. Because I, too, have played quarterback. And that's a difficult position. My oldest brother played. He said that's pretty much probably the hardest job on the field because when those when those guards are coming at you, man, you got to take them on. And that's a crackback coming at you, baby. That's a crackback coming at you. But I appreciate what he's doing now. We all have triumphs. We all have troubles or situations in our life, and we all will experience specific things. However, it's not about what we go through; it's about how we come out of it. And Marcel said, "Did I tackle? Yes, I tackled. I did not play flag football. I tackled. I played high school football. I played college football, and I played a little semi-pro, but not a corner. Not a corner." Okay, so it's about how you come out of it, and I like the way I am really interested in seeing the end of the season, how things come to be, and how they are played out, whether win or lose. Whether win or lose, I am really intrigued. And you can say a whole bunch of different things, but he's making bold some money. But the question is, but what now? Now I got a couple things I'm gonna talk about this the new gentleman about this the number one recruit, Kamani. Now when my people get on, they may correct me on my enunciation, but I'm gonna talk about it. And when I talk about it, I'm gonna wait to. I'm trying to see. I want different perspectives. All right, all right. We got one person in the back room. This is it's the Terminator. Renee Pierre Louis. You can get the Rick Ross glasses.
Mm, right. No more people's naked comments about my eyes.
And my twin brother pretty much Brian wears he has like the Rick Ross glasses, like the big ones. I thought you was gonna get those. The shades like Coach Dion.
Yeah.
Was it Marcella said what's up Terminator?
Hey, I'll be back.
Well,
That's what
that's
Coach
right.
Prime said. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Holy it's the first. Hey, can you move over to the center, sir? Yes, yes, yes. Renee,
Yeah. Good afternoon.
this is good afternoon. He needs to hand the clap. Let me see. All right. Oh, there he is, live and living color, full of cheer, full of cheer. This is can you tell people who you are, sir?
Lee Daniels, good evening.
Yeah, get to the center. Get to the center. Get to the center. All right, all right. So and so Renee and Lee, I had I was talking about the Coach Prime situation and my subject matter saying, what now? What now? You okay? You won 3 games. Now you lost one. And did they lose? Yes, they lost bad. They lost bad. But the question is, what now? The season's not over. As far as the records show, he's pretty much probably the winningest coach in Colorado history since probably 15, 20 years ago. I mean, last year they went 1-12. Now they 3. So he's more than met the expectations, and so therefore he's already winning, even though he lost. But we have a situation in hand. You have Travis Hunter out talking about, "Hey, I want to get back in." He said, "I'm gonna get back in now." Uh, Coach Prime said, "Yeah, you need to chill because that shows that he cares a lot about about the his players more so than about winning. Because Travis Hunter will make a dent, an impact into the offense and defense because he's a two-way player. Now, uh, Cormoni. Now, am I saying the name right, y'all? Cormoni, the the um the cornerback,
I don't know.
right?
I don't
Lee.
know how to pronounce it
Yes.
either, but okay.
Cormani is the cornerback. What you know
Yeah,
about this?
is it Kamani?
Yes, Cormani.
I'm not sure.
Dion's son.
No, not Dion. The cornerback. The cornerback. Uh, the number one recruit cornerback. He recruited to Colorado, and people wondering is going to social media that why you not putting him in? Why you not putting him in? And then Coach Prime got on press. He said, "Listen, film, come to meetings on time, come to practice on time." He said, "Because you're not doing all these things, then I'll be the fool to put you out to play." He said, "Because you're not ready. You not you have to want to win. You have to have the heart to win. You have to want it. You have to want it. And by your lack of determination, it's obvious that you don't want it that bad. Or is would you all think that it's a sense of entitlement?"
Well, if that's the angle, yeah. If that's but he's right. Rules are rules. And that shows a lot about him that he didn't put him in. Like you said, it's the absolute wasn't winning. Um, I think Colorado. Only thing they can do is go up. I mean, let's face it. Um, only on there's only one way to go is up. I mean, he definitely seems like he's a good. He's got a good handle on things. Um, I mean, talking about Coach Prime, he handled a
Right.
lot well. He didn't really blame anybody. Say, good old fashioned butt whooping. So yeah. So I think I definitely see that program, having a lot of success in the future. I mean, but they're playing are they playing USC this weekend?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're the underdog to lose to them also, I'm pretty sure.
I
Well,
think
I'm
it's
not,
21.
I mean, I don't know that, but, because I think they're ranked like 11 or something like that, aren't they? USC.
Where
Ranked
they
Um,
rank
fifth.
now? They
Fifth.
huh?
rank fifth. They
Five.
rank fifth.
Oh, yeah. So, wow. 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 Well, hey, like I said, I personally think, hey, it's like you said earlier, you win some, you lose some. Um, but I think the way he's coaching shows a lot of character, and he's definitely a positive flow.
Yeah, Lee. What's your take on what's your take on the Kamani situation? The number one recruit about his behavior into the uh on the team and how he's not coming up
Okay,
or
I'm going to make
just
my statement or comment. Uh, then I'm going to chime off. I got another situation, conference call. But
okay.
what I will say is that regardless of the situation or status or what have you, or the indirect sense of entitlement, um, there's protocol that has to be followed, and there's rules that has to be followed. So he's subject to the same rules just like anyone else, regardless of his, status or ability to play and all of that. So
Mhm. Yeah.
you got it.
Well, I thought I was tired, boy. I'm glad I took my nap.
I'm gonna. How long was this party last year?
Uh, oh, you can jump in anytime. We gonna
Uh,
we gonna
I'm
about
gonna
for
jump
another
back
10
in
minutes.
1 second. All right.
I close you out. Oh Lord, what you do? Uh, all right.
Yeah. Hey, rules are rules. Number one recruit, or it doesn't matter. You can't come. And once again, let me be fair. Personally, I don't know. I don't know him, so I don't know. But just going from what I'm hearing from the outside, if that's the case, no. Regardless of you being the number one recruit or not, these are the rules. Come in, show how committed you are, how dedicated you are, and be a person of excellence, and and hit the mark. So if Coach Prime is seeing something where he's like, no, you can't play, then hey, yeah, I'm definitely gonna teach him a lesson.
Yeah, if you sit your own son down from the championship game because he was late for a meeting,
Wow.
who are you?
Yeah, wow.
I think
Yeah,
Shadut he was late for the meeting, so his championship game at Jackson State he had to sit out.
wow.
Rules are rules.
Wow, he's not playing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Rules, rules. Man, I think they respect that. They say on the field that he's coach and outside he's dad. He's dad. He treat everybody the same. He called all his kids. I think that's amicable. That's admirable. I mean, right. Kamani had to follow. Uh, Marcella said, Marcella, I thought you said you was coming on. Unlike some people, you actually do have something to say. Um, right. Kamani had to follow the same rules as everyone else. That's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
cool. I think he's. You know what? Um I see a lot of good. Looking from the outside, and once again, you definitely see a lot of good leadership qualities in Coach Prime. Um, he seems to me like he's always good at finding what he's really good at and doing it really well. From playing probably high school, middle school football to college to pros and now coaching, you know? So yeah, and since he knows how to be a champion, I think anyone who joins the program, their attitude should be, let me listen to this man. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. So if he's trying to teach you discipline, he's trying to teach you character and self-control. And part of
mhm,
self-control is being on meetings on time. Hey, rules are rules.
mm. Yeah. So how do you think that affects uh the emotions ha- uh that run wild in a locker room, and not to talk about just the college campus in general. When you're a young athlete coming on a college campus, you playing ball, and you're embarking on a new step, a new part of life, and how you think the kids feel emotionally with Coach Prime's directive. How you think they feel emotionally?
I would hope that they would feel well covered. You need that. And myself included, when I first went to college, I was winging it. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I was just making it up as I went along. As a result, I made some bad mistakes. I think it's good if you can have somebody like a Coach Prime that you're willing to listen to say, hey, to give you guidance, as opposed to making a bunch of mistakes and then later afterwards you're like, oh darn it, I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Um, so it's a blessing to have somebody like that in your corner to say, hey, let me give you a different perspective. Let me, you know, help you see what your options are and hopefully make a good choice, you know? So I would hope they would feel protected and they would feel like him and the coaching staff are people they could go to, because he said it himself. Football is important, but it's not just football. He said he's trying to build uh, good, honorable young men with good character, you know. So even beyond football, they can be decent human beings that have a positive contribution to society and to the world around them. They can be young men that know how to live their lives successfully. And I think having somebody like that in your corner is a great benefit. Someone who's done, and he's done it. He's had a lot of success. He can turn back around and come and say, okay, now let me help you navigate this road. So I would hope that they can see that benefit in him.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, we got a couple of people. Come on, one. All right. Hoorah! Hoorah!
Hoorah, hoorah. What's going on?
All right. Okay, we got somebody else in the background. Get this thing screwed up. All right. Aggie Pride.
Is that right. Tito?
Yeah, there's Tito.
That's Tito, and that is. Tell people you are, sir. He's looking off in the sky. Tell people who you are.
That's a famous John Allen. What you mean? He goes without introduction.
Yeah, John without words is like, oh Lord, is the rapture here?
How y'all doing?
That's a famous John Allen.
Okay. Oh, let me see the clap. Another clap. Yes, he's here.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
But I'm here.
I'll be right back.
Tito.
Okay, go ahead.
Is Tito there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ray Charles, I'm here.
Yeah. Whenever I see you and I see John Allen fixing his camera, I have the insatiable urge to just go, "What are you doing, Private? Don't you know how to get your camera right? What is wrong with you? You filthy maggot! Get your camera." Oh, I don't know what it is.
Well, I'm actually trying out a new camera tonight. You see how the angle is different, a much wider view.
Okay.
So I'm good on mine. I was testing my new camera the other day, so I'm good. I just gotta fix up however I want my backdrop to be.
Private, do you love the Virgin Mary? You had better sound off that you love the Virgin Mary.
What show is that?
What was that movie? Was it Full Metal Jacket? No, not Full Metal Jacket. Oh man.
Marcella said you high tech tonight.
Hey, Renee, did your marijuana get spiked or something? Because you acting kind of funny. Your whacking tobacco then got contaminated or something?
I am not going to say this again. I do not smoke marijuana, Private. You had better sound off that I do not smoke marijuana.
Okay.
Now, Cristal and Patron.
Everybody's shocked.
No.
Ain't that what Leandria Johnson said? She said, "Oh, you on top of the singer, the gospel singer?" She's on not Twitter, but she's on the what's the
Who?
streaming
Marvin
uh,
Wine?
Le- now Leandria John you know what I'm talking about? She sings. She really can sing. And she was like, so what? I relaxed and she was drunk. She was drunk. She had Patron. She was drunk on it's Escape or something. Let me put John back on. I
John,
think I
I
just take
need
y'all to get
you.
this stuff together.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Uh, look,
I
John know
just
what I'm
got.
talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, what are y'all talking about?
I said Leandria you know what I'm talking about, the gospel singer that
Davis.
was
Yeah,
not Davis. It was the Davis one on the Twitter's streaming and she was drunk.
I don't know. I have to look again.
It's old, about 4 years ago. She really can sing, and she said, "Listen, I'm a patron. It's all right. I'm relaxing." And she got a lot of flack from the gospel.
Yeah, I remember
And
the dude. I don't remember her name.
Leandria,
Marcella said,
Leandria.
"Nice camera angle." Whose angle? Marcella, whose camera angle? Myself. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, she was. Uh, I forget exactly. Maybe she was just taking communion to heaven.
Leandria Johnson. That's what Marcella says.
Yeah,
He's speaking
Leandra
communion.
Johnson. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
little communion. That's all.
yeah. Look communion. Sweet communion. All right, sweet communion. Oh, John, what we started off talking about is that is the episode called "What Happened." What happened? And what happens that after the loss of against the beatdown against Oregon, uh, what you foresee for Colorado next, and then we start talking about Kamara. What's his name again? The first recruit for the number one recruit that Colorado picked up, the cornerback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his issues with Coach Prime called him out, and really, Coach Prime was trying to cover him. He said, "Young man, just not ready yet. He's just not ready yet." And then old boy came back on social media. Y'all don't know what's going on behind the closed doors. Everything's not what it seems. I'm just politicking. I'm pushing through and politicking. That's what he said.
Mm.
I'm like foolish boy. Why the way
You
you don't
say
get on
you
social
saying that
media?
you
Uh-huh.
saying that in a he was saying that in a disparaging way towards Coach Prime.
Yeah, he was clapping back. He was clapping
Uh,
back. It appeared that he's clapping back, and that I don't know what good he thought was gonna come out of that.
Well,
I think
I
that's
yeah,
just
his
that's
youth
me.
coming. That's the youth coming through. He's inexperienced.
they
Right.
all young. Yeah, but what's your take, John?
I think one thing that he underestimated the fact that Coach Prime will tell you like it is. Because see, when you recruit people, he'll tell her like he had to replace 86 ball players because he pretty much told a lot of them they wasn't ready. They wasn't ready and they weren't good for his program. So he summarily dismissed them. This kid is a good kid, but if he says he's not ready, he's just not ready. And you have to look at the source. I mean, this man, Hall of Famer, he's won on every level, multiple Super Bowl champion. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what it takes to be a champion. And on top of that, he played corner, just like this kid's playing corner. So if he has the intangibles to be successful, he probably does. But sometimes that has to be nurtured and he has to get to that point. And so I would prefer to sit and wait and watch as opposed to go out there and fall flat on my feet, literally. So they know. When they know, they know. So
Contrast. I mean, contrast. So when they did Hendon like that, what's the difference?
well,
Hendon.
Hendon is. Wait, you mean Hendon on the NFL level or Hendon in
No,
Virginia
when they
Tech?
shafted him at Virginia Tech.
Oh, there's a lot of politics that go into that. That's what There's different strokes for different folks. You, like I said, you got to consider the source. And
Right.
when they did that to Hendon, uh, in my opinion, that you could see the proof was in the pudding. I mean, when he
Right.
got to Tennessee, granted, he had enough weapons to kill an army, but he had to throw the ball to those said weapons, and he was big play receivers making big plays, big time ball handling, and he proved himself. So now he's going to prove himself on the next level. So, like I said, you have to consider the source, and take it with a grain of salt, and actually just take it. This kid probably has never sat behind anybody in his whole football career because he's just that good. So now he's in a situation where someone's telling him he's not ready, as opposed to giving him the lowdown as far as, oh man, are you ready going out there, blah blah blah. When you finally get somebody in your ear letting you know the truth about yourself, just take it. I know it's a learning curve for him and all that stuff, so he'll have to get to that point, but he will.
It's humility. It's humility. And also the thing about, and I know a little bit more about the inside the political stuff with Hendon as well. But however, the thing that shows the wisdom and the leadership caliber of Hendon is that he didn't clap back.
No, he
When he
didn't.
got when he got his opportunity to shine, and when he got in the press, he sounded like a leader. I mean, he's like, he didn't say, well, he didn't say he didn't get on the bad fella and say, well, you know what? If they paid me last year, we probably been winning then. I mean, but the joke, he didn't say nothing like that. And he definitely get on social media.
Mhm.
That because the thing that gets me, because I remember Jingle Jangles.
I
Coach
remember
Hayes,
them
the
too.
thing,
Oh, too well.
yeah, oh yeah. And I remember the time that we had I think Coach Hayes manufactured when we went to this high school field, and Coach Hayes I think he manufactured a lie. He said somebody cussed out my cousin. His cousin was the referee, and he had us doing up down Jingle James for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
We did
Coach
like a
Hayes,
scrimmage.
creatively crazy.
Yeah, and I think he just created. He just made that up. He just made that up. So with that being the factor, this guy's on full ride.
Hmm.
We're gonna do go home. He should have waited till the last game to say this.
Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen? I know this week is going to be another humbling experience for them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it should come as no surprise because Dion knows where his team is. Just so happens he had a couple of good games, and but I'm looking forward to their recruiting classes coming in next year. I'm gonna tell you right now, that class is gonna put them probably in the top 10 within the next couple of years as they get older. My prediction, and you heard it here first, too. Dion's probably gonna stay at Colorado long enough for his sons to get out of school, and then he's gonna move on to something bigger and better. Eventually, he will become the highest paid coach in college football history. I said it.
Wow.
Y'all heard it, y'all, right here. My heroes update.
Wow.
Y'all heard it. Y'all, yeah, let's see. Chat.
I mean, think about the money he's generating now, just from a purely business side of the game. He opened up. He is selling out arenas and on the road. People are coming to either because they love him or they hate him. He's literally the Dallas Cowboys of college football. Either you love him or you hate him.
Yeah, he's affecting the bottom line. I mean, he's making it go up.
Yeah.
Making it go up. He said it's not beneficial. It's not even beneficial for him to go NFL.
No.
And he said, "No, man, I got grown men I talk to. I mean, I may cut everybody, but end up fighting. I'm not shaping anybody. I'm not molding anybody." then college football plays well too, and he has
Oh, yeah.
incentives.
And we don't know all the different incentives that he has. I mean, $5 million are nothing to sneeze at, of course.
But that's not that's not, his son plays for $5 million. I'm talking about Coach Prime. I thought Coach Prime get like 35, something like that
He's making $5 million a season.
a season. Oh,
But season
he
ticket
making the same.
sales,
Oh, for season ticket sales.
are out of this world. His glasses, his clothing line, Coach Prime clothing line. He sold over 1 million copies of his glasses in one weekend.
I thought it was 2 million.
Who does
Wow.
that?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. He capitalized off that bad fella. Say, I bought grass for all y'all.
I mean, Colorado, University of Colorado, at one point didn't even get their students to buy their paraphernalia, their gear. Now it's selling out all over the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you listen to, like if you watch a football game, any college, they always do a little promo for their school. If you ever saw the Colorado promo, it's like, we got prime classrooms, we got prime real estate, we got
Right.
prime this, prime that. Oh,
I
and one
was
more,
about to say
we
that.
got selling.
Sell 'em. Yeah.
So-
So what's your take, Tito?
Um,
That is a good angle. She wasn't talking about you, Renee. She was talking about Tito. That's a good angle.
No, she was talking about me.
How you see?
the shades are going to your head, Renee. You just on one tonight, brother. Just on one. Yeah. Need some Visine?
No, you got
Take your
shade.
glasses off.
You said you can't prove it. You
Look,
can't prove it. You can't prove it. Tito, what's your take?
on Colorado losing.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody truthfully expected them to like go totally undefeated. I mean, even Dion said, "Hey, he still need like 7 more players
Yep,
for his
7 more.
defense." So
Yeah,
I don't
big
even
dog.
think he expected to go undefeated. You know, it's just the truth of it. I mean, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. It's and he got. I mean, it ain't like he went up against a Rudy Poop team this time. He, you know, if they would have got, I didn't watch this game. Maybe if they got out there like when they played TCU, maybe, you know, they would have got a little bit better. But that was kind of like a struggle game too, because it kind of went back and forth. But they prevailed. But at the end of the day, I think, you know, it's a good learning curve. It's football. You're gonna have them teams. You're gonna have them moments where you get possibly blown out because you're playing a team that's more well defined, well oiled, and been together much longer, so they can get out there and operate and execute as a team. Vice a team that was put together, you know, taken from the portal and people that was already there, and he's trying to get them to create. He's trying to get them to become one, and they still working on that. They still working on that to become one team. Yeah, they won 3 games, but they still working on trying to become one. And you going against teams that's are, you know, starting off in the top 10. I expect the top team to kind of like to compete, to really like show them like, hey, this is the reason we in the top 10, and you're not.
Right.
Hey, can I add something to that?
Good.
When they played Colorado State, they got exposed. Their offensive line and defensive line got exposed. They have a left tackle that's 6'10", 300-something pounds. If you look at what happened, see me playing offensive line, I watched football a little differently. I watched the line play. He got abused one-on-one. He got beat up the entire game. How are you 6'10", prototypical NFL size and then some, and get manhandled like that. He got manhandled so many times. Shador was running for his life, and Shador, he gets a lot of advice from Tom Brady, which is great, but Tom Brady doesn't
He ain't
scramble.
Michael Vick. He ain't Mike Vick.
Yeah, he ain't Michael Vick. He ain't Michael Jackson. He ain't Reggie Jackson.
He ain't even
But
Tito.
but he needs time. Tom Brady needs time to pick you apart, and if he gets the time, he will. But his left tackle, the blind side fella, he looked bad. He was just, and it was a beat then. It wasn't no.
There's Blaze through the line. There's Blaze, I mean, as a back, I looked at the line, Oregon. I mean, they blind was just going. The running backs were just rolling. They didn't have an answer. They didn't have an answer. It was their Oregon's air game wasn't a threat. They beat them on the ground.
They ain't have to. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll be back.
Yeah. So you're right. He's right. He's right. So
Between those two, and I know this is kind of side note, but I've thought about it. What he's doing is pretty, especially for Colorado. You think Mississippi needed it more? Because it seems like, well, the university itself, obviously. I mean, their football wasn't that good anymore, but the university, isn't it a huge, very well endowed university? It seems like he could have. I mean, he's going to do it regardless, but it seems like he could have built a even greater legacy at Mississippi because they needed him. So they needed him even more.
who you saying is it?
Mississippi? What?
Who's the
Ole
greatest?
Miss or Mississippi State? Who are you
What
talking
you
about?
talking about?
Well, Mississippi State, the school he was at. I mean, obviously, I guess it would have been.
He was at Jackson State. He was at an HBCU.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
He was at Jackson State. Sorry, I apologize. I said that wrong. I was thinking Mississippi, like the state of Mississippi. You know, I favor the South. I'm always pro South. Colorado overall seemed like is in a much better. One of my mothers lives in Mississippi. She told me that Jackson, from what she told me, is it's not a very nice place. Jackson, Mississippi, it's not a very nice place at all. The change that could have took place, I think, would have been even greater at Mississippi because they needed him even more than Colorado. Granted, do what's good for you, do what's best for you and your family. But just on the outside looking in, Jackson seems like they would have that whole area.
Jackson
From what
State.
I'm told, is pretty depressed. Yeah, Jackson State, that whole area of Mississippi. There's nothing much. I mean, think about it. There's not much there. Mississippi does not have a major. Well, not compared to other major cities. There's not much there. It seems like maybe he might have been able to just transform that entire area.
But it's his job to transform that area.
Shoot, one time they didn't have no water. And they had no water. He had to move the I think the players to a hotel. I think he helped redo the stadium. I mean, he did some good. He did some good while he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, I'm a big believer in freedom and do God's will and do what's best for you and your family. Yeah. But imagine the type of money he's pulling into Colorado. Man, imagine if that kind of money went to because think about it. You don't really hear much about Mississippi. There's really, from what I'm told, and this is no offense to anybody from Mississippi, it's a beautiful place in terms of rural areas. It's like country living and stuff like that. But outside of that, from what I'm told, there's not much industry there. There's not much. Probably a great place to retire, buy land. But other than that, in a few good schools, there's really not much there.
I think his impact is kind of like, yeah, he did a good job. Think about what he did at Jackson State. He got ESPN. I mean, the College Game Day came out there, first time ever at HBCU. He got a lot of TV exposure, and he also engineered a lot of blue chip top 100 players to come to an HBCU, not necessarily Jackson State, but a lot of other ones declined the bigger schools to come to an HBCU. So the culture that he's creating and started creating back then has grown by leaps and bounds. And yeah, I think ultimately, if he stays in the coaching game, he's going to end up at Florida State. And he's going to coach over there. It depends on how they do going forward. So either that or he's going to go someplace else, but we'll see what happens. A lot of people don't know that Dion graduated from Talladega College.
Talladega, Black College.
Yeah, and it's a little tiny NAIA school in Talladega, Alabama. I know about it because my cousins are from Talladega, and we have to pass Talladega to get to their house, Talladega College. And Talladega College looks a lot like Bennett College. So he came from there.
That's what he graduated? You mean after he
finished? That's what he got his degree at.
Oh, okay. This is after he finished playing college football. He went back?
Right.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Oh, interesting.
I think I saw a press conference where this lady said she called them, I forgot what they call Florida. So what do they call them, John? The
Seminole?
Yeah.
They call them Seminoles. They call them Noles or something.
She said something along the line. He said something along the lines of she asked him something about how to feel going from that school to an HBCU or something like that. He goes, I graduated from HBCU.
Yeah, but she actually stated, she started off with, she said, I guess the slogan for, if you, like we say Aggie. Hey, what's up, Aggie? What's Aggie? She said something like that with Florida State.
I think they call it Knowles, right?
Yeah, Seminoles. Yeah. That's another question, though, that you have to ask. Why is it that the Seminoles can get away with saying Seminoles, but other teams can't? The Cleveland Indians had to change their name, and the Washington Redskins had to change theirs.
Yeah, and I watched a documentary on the Seminole. It's fast. Their history is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fascinating group of people. There's a section of them, according to the documentary, that never surrendered or was never, how do you say it? They were never, they never fully submitted to the U.S. government. It just came to a point where the U.S. government said, okay, it's just, it was like 200 of them left. And that last 200, they were beaten, the United States. They just pretty much said, okay, fine, it's over. Just leave them alone. And they inherited land and some. I mean, the document is fascinating. It's an amazing history.
Yeah, I'm from Tampa. We have a strong Seminole Indian reservation area. They have the Hard Rock Cafe, Hard Rock Hotel sits on Seminole Indian land. So they, gambling casino and all that. So yeah, I mean, I've been around my whole life.
Yeah, Marcelo said, unconquered by the government. Marcelo said she'll know by marriage, and she said unconquered by the government. But she actually stated that Dion got his degree 6 months before he started coaching. But he's been coaching since Pee Wee football, Marcelo. So, which team?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he been coaching kids. Wait, was coaching kids in high school? Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's coaching. he's the only coach that son knows. So he's been coaching for a while. That's why he states that y'all act like this is new to me. I've been coaching.
She said Jackson State.
Yeah, that's okay. 6 months before he started coaching Jackson State. Okay. Did not know. Did not know.
Little known Black History fact brought to you by Fire.
Little Black History fact.
Byron.
Now,
Get this sound off.
I'm just curious. You said the guy was 6'10". For a
Yes.
person 6'10", now I don't know, is he 6'10" like muscle, or should a 6'10" person be even more weight than that as a lineman?
He's
Or
like
less?
3 something. And if being that tall, 325, 330 pounds should make you very athletic. And I think his skill set was just not there to deal with what he was dealing with, because he was getting embarrassed, and they kept showing it over and over and over. You know, I don't know the young man's name, but he said, let's just call him Billy. Watch Billy Wilson right here. Look how they get up underneath his pad and just drive him back into Tupac Shadur Sanders there. And just snatch him up. That boy was running for his life. He got sacked 7 times. God knows how many pressures he had. And most of it came from a 4-man front, and that left tackle was losing his lunch every single opportunity.
Being
They
that
couldn't do
tall,
anything.
isn't it easier when you're that tall, isn't it easier for someone to get the leverage on you, to be underneath you?
If you step back, if you set up, your arms should be so long you can keep people off of you. All your quarterback needs is 3 seconds. I can keep dude off of him for 3 seconds. I'm successful. Start running around 5 and 10 seconds. That's not up to you. Just give me 3 seconds. He can find somebody in 3 seconds. And he got embarrassed. I mean, a lot of it, strength is important, but technique is even more important. So the technique has to improve. It is. It's kind of like you can't carry 500 pounds on your shoulders, but if you stick it in a wheelbarrow and lift that wheelbarrow on the back, you can push it. You know, so it's all about the technique. You can get it to where you need to get to if you have good technique. So yeah, dude didn't have good technique that day. And a lot of times if you get in somebody's head, like when I played ball, I said, okay, yeah, he's mine. He's mine all day. Even, I hate to say this, but our church was playing against another church. And I was embarrassing the dude in front of me, and I was playing defense. I was rushing. I mean, I was killing. This dude ain't played football since he was 8. And so they put a new dude in. Yeah, it was flag. The dude they put in was like 5'10", but he was like 5'10" both ways, just big and wide. And I told the little boy from Smith that was watching the game, I was like, now look, I'm going to show you something. What you need to do when somebody's new into a game like this is introduce them to the game in a way where he'll never forget that first contact. So I backed up off the line about 5 yards, and I timed it perfectly. By the time Mike said I was in that dude's chest, to the point where everybody in the stands was like, "Ooh, get him out of there. He's too rough. He's rough." I'm like, this is football. It's supposed to be rough. Football's not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. And I just, once you get somebody, you set the tone like that, they don't know what to do. So 1 minute I'm bull rushing, next minute I'm spin technique, I'm swimming him, I'm doing all kind of stuff. And then sometimes I didn't do nothing. I just kind of stood there. He didn't know what to do with his life. So this kid, I'm sure the first time he made contact and he lost, he's all right. He got me that time. Then the next time happened. The next time happened. Yeah, it after a while it becomes mental. And unfortunately for him, it didn't turn out very well. So got to make some decisions with his life. Got it. They'll probably win about 5 games this year, maybe more. But even then, they've only won 1 game in the past 2 or 3 years. So they're winning. They'll be all right. Shoot, Shador's driving a G wagon. So I mean, I'm like, okay,
What's the G wagon?
it's a really expensive Mercedes-Benz Jeep.
But he's trying to get another one, isn't he? Trying to get something.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
He said he's trying
stuck
to
with the
get
first.
and Tom Tom Brady said, "No, you don't need to get nothing else."
Mhm.
Yeah, that seems like that's distraction. If you're losing focus, all that stuff is.
Man, he make $3
Yeah,
million a year.
have you seen him in the KFC commercial?
I haven't.
Yeah, he's on KFC. Do you watch TV, Barry? You ain't seen nothing.
Not much. I have Netflix.
Yeah, he's on his KFC commercial with his daddy, but so is the quarterback from USC. He's on the Wendy's commercial by himself. So
I think I
kids
seen,
the NIL money, boy, is real. It's real.
yeah.
They use
You
that
see
as a
the- I-
recruiting tool. They'll tell a high school
Sir?
kid in a minute, "Oh, you come to our school, I got 20,000 waiting on you. Give me the money first." And yeah, boom, just like
Wow.
that.
Wow.
You told who?
All right, gentlemen, I have to say goodnight for the night. It's
Oh.
about past my bedtime. I appreciate it. I'll be back next Wednesday at 9:30.
Next Wednesday? Yep.
Renee, you didn't have to stand up. I appreciate it, though.
It's Tito. It's stand up.
Tito.
Tito stood up.
Oh, I thought you stood up.
And Renee, you got the shades on. And he got
Yeah.
regular glasses. And last time I checked, y'all skin tones are totally different.
What are you talking? What?
He's trying to say your ancestors was in the house and mine was out in the field. That's what he was trying to say.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have no idea what that means.
He said you look like Samuel L. Jackson in Django. That's what he said.
Oh, wow. Well, all righty then. Okay.
John, I do. We say,
All right, fellas. I'll see y'all.
All right.
Keep your eyes on. Darn it, I didn't get the chance to say it. Hey, where you cut Tito off for? Oh, okay.
well, I didn't cut T.O.
Oh,
That's your imagination.
What's up with the glasses, Renee? What's up with the glasses, man?
nah. I'm trying to, so I don't. People still don't seem to get that. I just have, small eyes. I'm not high. I don't smoke. I've never even smoked a cigarette in my life, or a cigar.
Okay,
You
you
got
know
fly.
this. You know this. You grown. You grown. You know this. You don't have to prove it to anybody.
Marcelo
Well,
says answer. Marcelo says ancestry is from the field too.
My ancestors were warriors.
With
What-
Tucson?
My
This
ancestors
warriors.
were warriors.
This
Yeah,
warrior.
his
This-
ancestors, the Tucson Louverture. That's his ancestors.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
With
My
Tucson.
ancestors were warriors.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever you
You
say.
say so. You say so.
They say, go on, Renee. Say Sarah Connor.
Say who?
Sarah Connor.
I feel
Sarah
like I should
Connor.
know what it is, but who's that?
Sarah Connor.
Who's Sarah Connor? From the Terminator? What are you talking about? Anyway, like we were saying, yeah. I just wonder though, all these college people making all this money. Well, I don't know. I guess it's a good thing, but I don't know. It's just seems a bit extreme. Why are you buying fancy Jeeps? I mean, well, you know what? Hey, do what you want. It's your money.
If they make the money, hey, why not? I mean, if they have.
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're true. That's right.
I mean, look at how much the university's been making out for them for years.
Are making billions. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
and not only they're making it while they're in school,
Mm-hmm.
they make it when they leave. See, that's the thing, is that you may play for me for 4 years or 3 years, but we still got rights to your name.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can you imagine how much money they make on Barry Sanders and Herschel Walker's jerseys in Georgia,
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
and
Mm-hmm.
he ain't getting none of it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what went against. I think the school in um good night, Marcella. She said good night.
Good night.
Um what school in Chicago? They're the first school to unionize. The first college team to unionize. That started. Um I know the school. First college, it was your first college
Well,
uh of football.
well, that's true, Marcella, because don't nobody watch the WNBA. So
Was it?
That's
she
another
said
Was it?
story.
she said Angela Reese makes more in college than she would in the WNBA. I mean, yeah, there's no who watches that.
Yeah, she's smart.
Yeah, that's definitely smart.
Um, to unionize. Yeah, yeah. You're right. She does. They pretty much union. She a millionaire, I think. Ain't she?
And you know
Yeah,
what? Everybody do the best you can for yourself. And there's the other thing I guess I can think of it this way, especially when it comes to football. You never know what's going to happen to you. You know, one year
Yeah.
you're a superstar, next year you get a bad hit somewhere, and that's it. You know, football dreams are
Yep.
over. So yeah, make as much money as you can, because especially a game like that, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah. And let me read this little history fact. Northwestern was the first football team. I think they tried. Okay, 9 years ago, Northwestern players led by quarterbacks Kane Coulter attempted to gain federal employee status and start a union through the NLRB. They did so with the help of athlete advocate Ramoji Human, and now the executive director of a group called the National College Players Association. They were the first team to get unionized. What Marcelo said, I was saying good night to your guest. Your girl, girl, bye. She's like, I was saying good night. I know you said good night. Oh,
She was saying to John when he left. She wasn't saying good night to everyone. She was saying to John when he left.
oh,
Well,
But
oh.
that's what she
I'll take my good night back then.
But
said.
yeah, because man, those glasses get you on point. Because I missed that. I took a nap.
And I guess I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
bring
so
up another stream.
Hey, is that your office, Tito? Your office is
Yeah.
very well equipped.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have a desktop in there and everything, and printer and all that stuff.
Yes. You can see
Oh
all of that in my background?
no, I
oh,
can't. But it just looks well equipped.
Yeah. I got a mini fridge. I got whatever I need in here.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
this way
Was
you
it an
escape.
office, or you converted a bedroom into an
I
office?
turned one of my bedrooms to
Oh,
office.
oh, okay. I know that has anything. That don't have anything to do with Colorado, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still got 3 other bedrooms. So when my oldest daughter got married,
Mm.
I took her old bedroom and made it to uh, home office. So
When
I got,
all
yeah.
your kids are gone, are you gonna stick? Because I never understood the concept of people who. Because I'm gonna keep my house, you know. But you ever hear people like their kids grow up and like, oh well, we don't need so much house. But I'm always like, well, yeah, but it's yours. Why keep? They'll sell and get a small. I'm like, well, you're there already. Well, what's the point?
Well,
Why not just keep it?
eventually I am planning on, but it's not because I'm cool with the size. The size don't bother me. I still want 4 to 5 bedrooms still, but going up and down stairs with my knees is
Oh,
not.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
people want to get in one level.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Wait. That, take it back. That's a good office. What's she talking about? Nobody I don't take it back. That's a good office. Shame on you.
She said
Uh,
they are building a whole bunch of new houses in Texas. I'm hoping it won't become the trend of the future. These houses are like 350 square feet. They're little, like this TV show,
oh,
Little
tiny
Houses.
houses. Yeah,
Yeah,
tiny houses.
Oh
and
no,
they're
that's the
building
trend.
rows of these things.
No, that's
Rows.
the trend. That's the trend. Now I know somebody. I met somebody who actually they said they own some land in Asheville, North Carolina, and they own like 4 or 5 tiny houses, and they rent them out as Airbnbs.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant.
I
That's
can see that
brilliant.
from a business, but I would never want to live in those houses. I saw them. You can stand in between them and touch each house. That's how close together they are. They're right next to each other. They're like pop, 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 right next to each other. No, I don't want to do that.
It kind of it kind of look like shotgun houses, old school shotgun house, straight back when you. Well, I'm from the South, so growing up in Alabama, we had a lot of shotgun houses. They like straight back, just straight through. You can look through the front door and look straight out the back, pretty much.
Yeah, they were straight. Yeah, they were rectangles. 350
Yeah.
feet. Yeah, it's just wow.
I don't know if I can. That's small. I don't know if I can go that small. I'm used to my space.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
yeah.
I think it may be good as far as a getaway, or just I think it's an excellent idea as far as a getaway. I seen somebody who had something like one on his truck. He made like a mini house on his truck.
Yeah, that's becoming a big trend now too. Yeah, van living. They call it
RVs.
van house.
Turn them
Not
into
an
like
RV, a
RVs.
van. Yeah, you're right. I say I like that idea because I saw something. I think it was Shark Tank, where they just you could send it to them and they gutted it. They gutted it and they had a shower, had everything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
Not the
so,
life for me.
yeah, I'm a minimalist when it comes to, but I do like large open spaces.
no, I'm talking if you're going to the beach or something.
Oh, you mean Well, personally, I would just get it. Yeah, but yeah, it's
I
actually
like that.
becoming because of the housing situation and homelessness, and it's becoming this huge trend where people are like you said, converting vans or sometimes old ice cream trucks, and their whole like YouTube. There's a whole YouTube genre about it, and people just living in these like converted vans and stuff. Hey, that's not for me, but don't worry, be happy.
Yeah.
Did you pay for parking space?
Who are the people?
Yeah.
Many of them it's like a culture. They figure out where to go, where to park.
The vans usually are white vans that look like they're like vans they're like a worker will use, like maybe a plumber or or a contractor. Right. So you can't tell that it's being turned into a van to live in. So it's made to kind of like blend in with the environment. So if you see it parked on the street or parked in a parking lot or something, you're thinking, hey, maybe it's a utility worker or somebody.
I see someone in a school bus in Walmart had flowers in the front window.
Wow, that's just.
I mean, it's cool if that's something you into.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing with the tiny houses I was watching is apparently a lot of people they're not able to. So these houses are less costly. The ones in this particular video were around 130,000. So I guess perhaps they're promoting like an alternative for the people who can't afford to buy larger houses or other houses.
But if they paying 130 for a tiny house, they can buy an older regular size house
and renovate it.
And renovate it.
Yeah, I think the idea is even the renovations are just too much. These are people. It seemed like they were saying this is our opportunity to own a home because this is about all we can do. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of think it's kind of expensive, 130 if you're talking about a tiny house. Now,
Yeah,
if you was talking about 50, 60,000, I can kind
yeah.
of
I
see
think
that.
it's not like somebody's capitalizing off a need,
Yeah.
because I mean, I just go to community college and learn and get a drafting course and build my own.
Yeah.
I actually go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. I build a mainframe first, and then I work on it inch by inch. On YouTube do tutorials.
yeah, you can learn a lot. Yeah, it's amazing what you can learn to do on
Yeah,
YouTube.
but I mean, but the point is, I don't think it would cost $100,000 to be modest. I mean, you
Yeah.
can get a
You
yeah,
can just go buy an RV for that
yeah, yeah, a
amount.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Now, really nice RVs can be $1 million plus.
Yeah, but
No, man, that's too.
if you getting something the size of a tiny house, you gonna buy a RV that's already equipped and you can move around like you want to move, pretty much almost.
Yeah, if you get a good one, 80,000.
Mhm. Okay.
And then when the hurricane come, you can just drive away.
Yeah, that is the other option. Yeah, weather factors. Um, so yeah, it's I don't know. The world's changing.
Yeah, because
Uh, Phil told me to let them know that let y'all know that he's he's buying a prefabricated house.
Say what?
Phil said he's buying a prefabricated house.
Oh, that's
uh,
a
a modular home. That's what he's saying.
yeah. I think right. That's a new
Or
way to say mobile
or
home. I think.
Does it have wheels?
with spinners.
Yeah. Do you get your title from the DMV?
What?
He might mean as modular as in is put together, and then you put it together. You bring it to the site and you put it together like Legos.
Oh, is that okay?
That's what he may mean.
I said he got wheels. He said, "Yep."
Yeah.
So he's not talking about like what they used to call trailers. He's not talking about a trailer.
Well, you have to be careful because they it is. I think they do call it modular homes. They look like a trailer home, but
What we used to call trailers, right now they
yeah,
call them like manufactured homes or something like that. Or
Right. I think they
oh,
yeah.
he said they put it together on site.
oh, okay,
So it
wow,
comes in pieces like Legos, and then you put it together once you're there.
wow.
Oh yeah, back up
So it would have a. So it sounds like it still would have a traditional foundation.
Mhm.
So if it got a traditional foundation, it should still hold its value because that's pretty much the difference between a mobile home and a traditional home. Your traditional home will hold more value than that. The
Yeah, yeah.
the
Trailers
mobile
don't
home,
hold value at all.
yeah,
Yeah, they actually seem like they lose value.
yeah.
Marcella said, shame on you using your daughter's a room.
Hey,
But she's
my,
gone though. He said
she's
he got
gone.
married. She's gone.
Yeah, she's been married for 2 years now. Hey, she finished college. She married her sweetheart from middle school, and
Wow,
they have
really?
a yes, they have a new. I got a new grandbaby. That's 2 months. That just turned 2 months on the 23rd of this month. And
Wow,
yeah, she's a nurse at Wake Med, and he's a school teacher up in Raleigh.
wow. That's
So
like Cosby
so
Show type stuff.
hey, so she don't need this room anymore.
That's good.
they
She's
have,
a
they have,
nurse. She's a nurse and he's a teacher.
yes,
Oh wow, that's a good. That's like Cosby Show level type family. That's good.
yeah, yep. It's cool.
Oh
Yeah.
Cool. I'm very, very, very proud of her.
wow, that's awesome. You know
What's that knocking, Renee? Is that cat trying to get in your house?
who?
That
No,
cat.
that's Tito knocking.
Okay.
I never see that cat but in the morning. She only comes here in the mornings.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
No,
Stop,
she
stop,
is.
stop, stop feeding the stray cats, man.
No, I like them. I like them.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna see.
Invite him over for dinner.
Yeah, I like them. She's very friendly, so I feed her.
As long as you feed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's-
I mean,
Next thing we know, you're gonna be collecting them.
if I have an
yeah,
opportunity to adopt a cat, I'll do it.
Seriously, but don't you have a dog?
No, my dog died
dog
4
pass.
months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. I didn't know.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been without a dog in 19 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so now it's just me and Jesus here, and the stray cats that come on the porch.
I
Hey,
wouldn't adopt a cat. Cat's not that
you,
loyal.
uh, Renee, you might need to book a session with Dr. D off air.
I am I am happy and I am good. I'm sure I'll get another dog. So I just take this time to, like I said, it's been
And I'm
19 years
and
since
I'm
I've been.
saying I'm not convinced.
Well, um, the dog I had before her, I had Pablo. I had him for 13 years. He was a
What?
Chihuahua. He lived to be 14 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've always had dogs. They always live long. I don't know what happened to her. I only had her 8 months. I don't know. I think she may have had a condition. 'Cause I just woke up and she passed away over the night. So,
Mm.
but no, I'm happy. I'm good. God is awesome. I'm sure I'll get another dog soon. So for now, I'm gonna just enjoy this time. You know, me and
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah,
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Let's pull this thing back around.
I know, right?
Yes.
We don't
So
all
the
know what we're talking
the
about
fabrication.
Colorado and Coach.
Okay, let me see. How I can segue this. Okay, you know, generally when young men, when you go to college and you try to graduate college and you try to play sports, you try to make a better life for yourself. So you're interested in real estate, and so sometimes you may look for a bigger house. But some people are more investing mind, had an invested quality in them. They look for tiny houses, as led into the segue into buying tiny houses because it may be a profitable future for you. Because I think that's a trend that's coming up. And why you have houses, why you may have houses that you receive rent from, a lot of tiny houses, some bigger than others, 130,000 under. Um, you cannot have a house without a pet. And and sometimes people say that pets have give you comfort. I don't think so much a cat. The cat shows somewhat of a loyalty. I had a couple cats when I was growing up, and they left. They left me. They left me. No, they didn't die. They just left. It got hot in the summer. Start hearing that sound, and it's gone. They didn't even say goodbye. Mm,
Uh,
mm, mm. Shameless. And then but but I've had a lot of dogs, and dogs have pretty much been very loyal, been very loyal to me and to my family, and taught me a lot about myself and about taking care of something. And speaking of taking care, that's why it means so much when you see men trying to take care of the future, take care of
amen.
the future. As the Coach Prime is actually trying to look after the young men coming up, and as Renee said earlier, he's not just talking about, he's not trying to make football players. He's trying to make productive citizens in society, men that graduate, men that graduate, and not it's not just about ball, because you can break a leg and you have no ball. Yeah, you break a leg and you're not playing ball no more. So what are you going to do with your future? And which leads back to the title. What now? It's not about just the game.
That's
It's
right.
about it's about giving. It's about helping individual goals, accomplish things, and tools that help them through a life. So the loss was a good thing because losing things in life builds character. It's not about how many times you get hit, how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get back up. So, with that being said, that was a pretty good wrap up, wasn't it? I brought all that stuff back home.
It was a lot of fluff in that. A lot of I can. If
I
I
need
was
to cut that screen out.
hey,
Click.
it was a lot of nonsense in there trying to put it all together. But
I
hey,
had to bring I had to bring us back home.
Hey,
I had to bring us back home
did it.
because what now, right? What now?
Yeah.
What now?
Hey,
What
hey,
now? Well, because we went to prefabricated houses, tiny houses, and did cats. Since they're talking about Chinese food, I mean,
whoa. You might want to strike that because you have people coming after you.
Oh, did you just say? Oh, wow. Well, that didn't sound good, but I don't think you meant it that way. But
no, I mean, we start going off the rails.
Hey.
Yeah. I
worse.
understood what you said. Yeah, you won't make any connection between the two subjects. You were just saying we just going to. Yeah,
What are you talking about?
I think the fact you were saying that you mentioned cats like so close to it, then you said Chinese.
What?
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
What's what? What are you talking about? I was just trying to create a good segue, just bring everything together. I was just making a common statement. See,
and you did it well too.
Yeah,
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Well,
did.
Matt, amazing what a good 10-minute nap would do. I tell you, yeah, the brother was tired. All right, so and this will be my well, that's something drastic happened. I am really trying to do the series on toxic emotions. The video on toxic emotion next week. I really am.
So are you gonna put it out before Wednesday, so we can have a chance to review the video before we come on, or you gonna?
Yes, because I had something in mind, so I will put it out before Wednesday. And so
not 5 minutes before the show start.
Okay, 10.
No, 15 at least.
Okay.
I use dial up.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's getting harder and harder to find them AOL discs.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you're right. They used to send you free ones, though. They used to send you free ones in trial. They sure did.
Yeah, you can't find a CD-ROM too tough these days.
I mean, I used to play spades online. Boy, that was so much fun. And talk junk. All right, people.
Dang, Renee, I was gonna say you couldn't wait to get off.
No, it slipped out of my hand.
Yeah.
So you don't have nobody holding the camera for you?
No, I'm holding it in my own hand.
You might want to get a stand.
Well, that'd be hard, and I'm sitting on a lazy boy. Well, I mean, I guess I could do that, but
well, if
it would have to come all the way from the ground up. See, I'm sitting in a lazy.
You can go to Best Buy and get you like a ring, like one of the ring lights, and sometimes they can have where they can extend up long, and then you can clip your phone in between the ring light and do it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
That's an idea. I didn't think about it.
Okay. Yeah, because I got one, and that's what, I'll do that. Yeah, that's true. Good idea. All right, people. Until next week. Okay, Renee, I'm a Shia.
Yes, I always like to finish talking about Jesus, the Son of God, born of the Virgin Mary.
You never started talking about Jesus,
the Savior of the world.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Well, you're gonna say your normal saying because, well, if he gonna say his normal saying, I'm gonna sing that song that Michael say, song or something like that. Whatever he be saying I don't know what Mike was saying.
Come and see what come and say.
Who, Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Are you saying Mama say, Mama sa, Makusa?
That's what he was saying.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. I think that's I think it's like Swahili or something for shake, it's like party or dance. I remember a long time ago they explained what it was. It's some language in the continent of Africa, like Swahili or and it means like get up and shake your groove. Something like
Oh
that.
well, I'm not gonna say that then because I don't want nobody getting up and shaking, especially y'all guys at y'all ages. Stuff start
Yeah.
falling off, y'all go to shaking.
Hey, watch it.
I'm saying Yeshua Hamashiach, the Hebrew
I'm a shit.
name for Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. I may not be pronouncing it right. Yeshua Hamashiach,
Shit.
Jesus, the Savior, and Hamashiach means of the Mashiach, the Christ. That's what I'm just
Well,
attempting to pronounce his name in Hebrew because
All right. I'm not- I can hear you now. I can hear you. I can hear you. All right, good night. All right.
good night.
Good night. Okay, hey journeyman, thank you for sharing me up, sharing on the live as well as on the replay. And if you find he valued this content, that's funny. If you find the value in this content, how about you help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing. And please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, put it down in the comment section, and I promise I will respond to them within 24 hours. And also, if you need anything further, check me out on my YouTube, on my my website at hero6.org, and so you can call, and we can work out something to get you a session in. So, if you remember anything else, remember this. All right, Marcella. Remember this. Every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never move back. Why? Because life is just too short to live looking in the rearview mirror. Because you are important. I feel that you are important, and God knows that you are important. So, and therefore, it's got to be the truth. So, this is the hero's journey with Dr. D, and we